Wobbuffet. One of the OG Pokemon that's still in the anime today, actually making appearances in the newest Pokemon journeys. Wobbuffet in competitive battling has actually kind of not been very existent. Very good Pokemon though. Very interesting. It gets moves like Counter and Mirror Coat, so you would think it could make it because I mean usually when you use it, it can get some KO, so why is it not seeing very consistent play? We're going to try and answer that today. We're going to try and get the beginnings of an answer of this today. Wobbuffet, though, paired with Ditto, actually, is what this team is going to be rocking out with. Because usually people try and set up on Wobbuffet. They can set up Swords Dances, they can set up stuff. This Wobbuffet, having the ability to Levitate to keep its Smogon legal. Usually you would see it with Shadow Tag, but that is banned currently in at least BDSP. So we're going to try and do our best with this Wobbuffet. We're going to try and get some KOs. We're going to see if I can pull off this Custap Berry Wobbuffet with Destiny Bond as well. Very, very fun. Wobbuffet, how are you feeling, man? How are you feeling? Actually, it's a female. Wobbuffet is looking down. That's not good signs. Wobbuffet's like, you shit nears me. Watch him walk, though. Or run. That's funny. That's funny. Anyway, let's get into today. Alright. Our opponent is Joshua, rocking out with a Mega Tentacruel, Nidoking, Snorlax, Infernape, and Gliscor. Let's meet the rest of the guys. I already introduced Wobbuffet. We kind of talked about Ditto. Ditto comes in on the setup Pokemon that our opponents actually don't have that many. Potentially the Snorlax, but come in on the setup Pokemon that tries to set up on Wobbuffet. Next we have a choice, not choice man, Belly Drum, Azumarill. Latias, because I just wanted to try it out, and I needed maybe a dragon type to kind of fill out a fantasy core, a fairy, dragon, and steel. Scizor's fits right on in with that fantasy core. And then I needed the stealth rocker. Infernape kind of plays as an offensive stealth rocker for us. That's the team. Looking at our opponent's team, I'm okay with maybe the potential Infernape lead. There's not a rapid spinner. I don't see one right off the bat. And if we can get, there are the defoggers with the Gliscor. But man, if we can get those stealth rocks up, maybe potentially get rid of that Gliscor early, that Mega is going to come in and it's not going to light those stealth rocks at all. And that could be huge. Alright, looks like our opponent is having the same idea, maybe. Trying to go ahead and set up the stealth rocks, at least the same idea as in let's lead Infernape and see what happens here. I want to go, like I said, I have no problem go ahead and set up stealth rocks. He may try and set up stealth rocks too, and that's just two lead Infernapes doing lead Infernape things. That's always fun. Anyway, let's see. U-turn. Okay, that's fine. If you're wanting to be all pivoty and all that, that's perfectly fine by me because yes, you break my focus sash, but I'm gonna have some stealth rocks up. If he does decide to defog, hey, that's a free turn for me just to be able to get damage because I don't have to have the stealth rocks up to win. You know, it's just having those nice free turns, getting some momentum on our side. Like this, here comes a Gliscor, and I guarantee you, the reason he's bringing it in is just the defog at the moment. He might be trying to go for knockoff, but that's fine. He gets his Toxicor. Oh, fine and dandy. I can get a nice switch in to probably Azumarill. Azumarill is not bad here. We'll go ahead switch into it. Knocks off. You knock off my Sitrus. That's not the end of the world for me. Earthquake. Yeah, I don't want to take it necessarily, and you could be going for it. Stealth Rocks of your own though. That's fine. So I don't see this Gliscor wanting to go for defog at that point. Gliscor's going to outspeed the Belly Drum and potentially knock us off. And then we'll be really, really weakened. I still don't see it being... Well, if he... we'll go for Aqua Jet right now. Because I just don't... I want to keep my Azumarill relatively healthy. And I don't necessarily see an Azumarill sweep coming right off the bat. and that does almost half. So I'd much rather preserve our Sitrus Berry just for when Azumarill gets below half. Azumarill is just a nice little water Pokemon, really. I mean, we can get some big damage out. Withdrawing the Gliscor right here. That's interesting. Tentacruel, okay. See, that's one Pokemon. That's one Pokemon we have to take care of before we try and get the Azumarill sweep. Is this Tentacruel? Because our Aqua Jet's just not going to be doing that much damage. Play rough. Probably wouldn't be able to pick up a KO either, and we're getting threatened by a Sludge Bomb. So we're gonna go ahead, go into Scizor. If they decide to Scald, we're fine. We do have the Lum Berry on the Scizor, so if we somehow get burned, if we're unlucky, it's not the end of the world just yet. And Scizor is just nice. Nice Pokemon, just come in. Rapid Spin. Okay, so right there was the Rapid Spinner. I was wrong. They did have a Rapid Spin. That's fine. We still have the Infernape in the back, so it's not the biggest loss. The biggest loss is that we do not have a way to necessarily to get rid of their Stealth Rocks. That's the biggest problem. Right here, I wonder, there's not much he can do to me, so I wonder if he's going to be switching out. He is. Fantastic. We got the U-turn going. Into the Infernape. Okay, that's fine. We can get some good chip damage. Potentially breaking a Focus Sash. How he got rid of the Stealth Rocks tells me that something has the Focus Sash. He does have the M-Mega, so the M-Mega may just not like it. But right here is an easy Latias. And for the ones that are not familiar with Latias, but you see Latios. Latios is more the offensive one. Latias actually has a little bit more special bulk than special attack. It's still 110 on its special attack. It's going to hit like a truck. But instead of having 130, the 130 is actually into its special defense, and it's an interesting Pokemon. It's definitely still not walling material, but it's a fun Pokemon to use time to time again. And I just wanted to throw one on this team. It's considered OU, so I just kind of wanted to play with it. Snorlax comes out. This is a nice, huge special wall. I kind of want to wait till he got his belly drum up to bring out Ditto. So let's go into Infernape. Infernape's nice because we can threaten with the close combat bats. And we can just... I think we can handle a Snorlax better with Infernape than anything else. Curselax, though. That's a little bit rougher. If it was belly drum, we could probably practically just one-shot it. We still might have a decent shot of one-shotting it here because there's no way he's staying in. Like, I don't know if he's staying in. I mean, he could definitely take it. He could definitely take a close combat and probably potentially even KO or Infernape. But that's not the biggest ordeal if he KOs us. We just want to get that big chip damage on him. And let's see what you want to do, man. We went for a second curse. Okay, the Snorlax should be going down now, unless it has the Custap Berry. And then if it does, is it in range of the Custap Berry? Is the second question. It doesn't look like it though. It looks like he has leftovers. So we should be able to knock this thing out. Let's go for one more close combat. That curse, I think, definitely was a misplay. It may not be... he may have thought he'd be alright going for a second curse, but Infernape packs a punch. He had that +1. I guess he was hoping to take it a little bit better. But Infernape just hits hard. Especially with its Iron Fist ability. It just hits super hard. We got a good amount of damage onto that Gliscor. Like, I'm not afraid to actually go for Flare Blitz here and try and finish that Gliscor off. We outspeed, or we should anyway. I don't see Gliscor having any priority moves. And we should be able to pick this KO off. Watch it be close. Watch it actually survive. Okay, fantastic. Gliscor is down though. So that's a huge Pokemon down for us. You know. One of the Pokemon that actually potentially could get rid of our Stealth Rocks. We still have to worry about the Tentacruel. And here it is. Now we can go ahead and try and sack the Infernape if we want to. He might actually over predict here too. I think setting up Stealth Rocks and it forces that Tentacruel to go for a Rapid Spin again later on in the game could be huge for us. It forces it to come back in because they do have that Mega. It forces it practically go for Rapid Spin right now because, you know, the game is getting kind of tight. And he's got some Pokemon that are already on low HP. So we know that they're going to try and stay in. The biggest thing is, who do we go into? Latias probably cannot KO. Probably cannot KO. So I'm expecting the Stealth Rocks to actually be gone here. But I am going to go ahead and throw the Psychic out there. We're going to see what happens. Tentacruel actually switches. Okay, fantastic. Into Snorlax. After Stealth Rocks, Psychic should be a 2-hit KO, if not a 1-hit KO, right? We do have the Sodu item. Yeah, that's a 2-hit KO. That's fine. That's fantastic. Go ahead, get rid of the Snorlax. You know, I think we're getting some momentum back on, or getting some momentum on our side. We haven't got the Wobbuffet play yet, though, and I'm kind of looking forward to that a little bit because Wobbuffet's just so good. Like, I've been testing this Wobbuffet out on Pokemon Showdown. When I got this team built, I actually just did a practice battle like an hour before recording too, and Wobbuffet got 2 KOs. I wish I was recording, but I was just sitting on the couch, just kind of doing some casual play. Hashtag bring back the versus recorder, please. Anyway, you see that Mega taking half HP from the Stealth Rocks? It's just because we were able to put him back up. Mega probably gonna go ahead, go for that Protect, and then it gets that Speed Boost. I'm fine going into Scizor here. I'm fine going into Scizor because Latias will be getting outsped after a Speed Boost proc, and go ahead and have Scizor out here. Scizor can practically take anything Mega wants to throw at it, and it didn't Protect. Wow, okay. Very interesting. I was expecting a Protect Speed Boost. It didn't Protect, but we should still be able to KO Mega with our Bullet Punch, as Mega is not a very bulky Pokemon at all. Oh, it actually survives the Bullet Punch. Very interesting. Here comes an Air Slash. Come on, Scizor, you better take this. Ooh, 8 HP though. One more Bullet Punch will definitely KO the Mega, and there's no reason for him to switch it out because it's just going to be knocked out anyway due to the Stealth Rocks. Unless you could get rid of them. I'm putting on a lot of pressure though on our opponent, and he don't know if he can get rid of our Stealth Rocks the second time, you know? He really don't. Because that's just a free turn for me to do something, and right now our team is very, very threatening to him. Expecting a Fire Blast, really. Scizor has practically done its job though. I could go out to Azumarill, but that's off the off chance that they go for a Thunderbolt. That can't be too good for us, you know. And Scizor is so low, they could just go for Thunderbolt over the Flamethrower anyway, just so they can Ice Beam. That works too. Yes, Scizor goes down. Yeah, Ice Beam kind of works too. They were predicting the Latias to come in, which would be a great prediction there. Let's go into Ditto. Let's try and get that Ditto KO, because this is a great Pokemon to bring Ditto into, just to try and pick up a KO. If anything, we can hit practically anything hard with this Ditto. Now we are Choice Scarfed, and now we're scouting out his moveset, and he actually doesn't have Earth Power. That's actually kind of sus. Very, very interesting. We are Choice Scarfed. I'm predicting a Tentacruel switch, so I'm going to actually go for the Thunderbolt. Hopefully he switches. Right, there's no reason for him to stay in. He does stay in. And he goes for the Ice Beam. Correct play. Ooh. Okay, I have to switch. He's going for an Ice Beam right now. He could switch his moves, but I think he might be choiced into the Ice Beam. We're going ahead switching. Try and get Azumarill on the field. That was a misplay. Or, not really, because I was predicting, but that definitely was a mistake. I shouldn't have predicted. I should have just went for the Ice Beam. Shocked to see no Earth Power. That definitely would have been the play I would have made. 100% of the time would have been Earth Power, and I was expecting Earth Power on that Nidoking. Unfortunately, he doesn't have it. That's fine. We can KO with the Aqua Jet from the Azumarill. See, I told you the Sitrus Berry kind of comes in handy, even if you're not setting up the belly jump. It just kind of gives you that extra HP that you may need. And definitely was able to top off on it, you know? Didn't have to take nowhere near as much damage as if I didn't have it. So, Nidoking's out. Here comes the Tentacruel. There's not much Azumarill can do, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I'm expecting just a rapid spin, right? But they could definitely switch things up. Latias still might be the better option. Like I said, Latias has 130 in its special defense. It can definitely take him a hit. Tentacruel is mostly known to be a special attacker. So there's a Sludge Bomb. They were, wow. They're not even going to go. They're not even going to worry about rapid spinning at this point, and they shouldn't. They've already lost the Pokemon that they should be trying to protect. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a Recover off, because Latias should beat this Tentacruel no matter what. As long as we have full HP or relatively close, we should always win this matchup. Even if they stay in, go for that knockoff, that's fine. Because now when you go for knockoff, it's just going to be doing less damage. So your best attack now has to be Sludge Bomb. And we took it relatively decent. We could go ahead and set up another combat, but I just want to see how much a standard Psychic does. You know, we're 110. Now, Tentacruel is known to be a special wall, but that's a 2-hit KO. That's a 2-hit KO for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and take it. Because that Tentacruel, kind of a pain. Kind of a pain. So we'll go ahead and take out the Tentacruel. And that leaves one Pokemon left for our opponent. So, Tentacruel's down. Let's see. I forgot, who's your last Pokemon? We took out Snorlax. So, let's see, Infernape. Okay, fantastic. Very offensive Pokemon. Could see it trying to go for a U-turn or something. Let's just try and go for Psychic, see what happens. U-turn. Fine. That's fine. Even if it KOs, that's actually kind of what I want that to actually KO. Because I want to end this game off with Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet can come in here. Now here's the thing with Infernape. Is it special or physical? This could be a mind game of its own. I'm going to go ahead and go for counter just because you showed me U-turn. You kind of showed me that it's a banded one, right? I don't know that 100%, but we'll see if we can pick up this KO. Fantastic stuff. I love getting the Wobbuffet KO. That was really fun. Alright guys, I'll see you guys for the post game. Alright. Wow, that was actually a pretty interesting game. We were able to make some really great board positionings, and we were able to just keep the control on our side. We had to set up Stealth Rocks 2 times, which that second time it sticked around. We kept putting pressure onto that Tentacruel the best that we can. Latias was always a 2-hit KO on that thing, so it could have always rapid spin at least once, but they seen how crucial that Tentacruel was for them, and really and truthfully, if they went for rapid spin, they knew that the next turn we could have followed up with a KO onto it, and that's just, we kept putting pressure on it the best that we can anyway. The Azumarill kind of was interesting against that Tentacruel matchup because we couldn't really do anything with it, but really and truthfully, Tentacruel, that was the only win matchup that Tentacruel had. And I think they kind of tried to make Tentacruel play more as an offensive role, and it wasn't an offensive role. It can't do that much damage. So I think that right there is something our opponent needs to adapt with their team. MVP, that one's tough. Azumarill kind of got us out of some situations, but I think I have to give it to Latias, because Latias coming in there and just being able to pick up some KOs and threatening the Tentacruel, which was honestly probably the biggest threat our opponent was playing. You know, everything else we were practically wasn't worried about it. Our opponent stayed Tentacruel heavy, and Latias was definitely our answer there. Very fun set though, very fun, and I really enjoyed it. I do want to get Ditto and Wobbuffet some more action, so I hope you guys will enjoy the content for the upcoming week. Anyway, guys, take care. Peace.